Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Giving it a couple of seconds. I know there's a little delay before we're all synced up here on our feeds. Um, Let me go ahead and um, welcome you. Welcome you to the Get Real High Challenge because it always feels better to get real high. And what I'm talking about is in your energy field. So, welcome out. I am Noelle CoStar with NoWellness.com, and it is day 5 of the Get Real High Challenge today. And good morning, good morning. So, the first thing we're going to do this morning, like every day, is we are going to put on our gloss. But before we do that, write in the chat if you've been coming and you've been doing your gloss. So this is day 5. So maybe you've done it twice, maybe you've done it 3 times, maybe you've been here every day. But I kind of want to check in with you and tell me in the chat, have you noticed the days that you've done it versus the days that you haven't done it, what you feel like? Because that's the important part. If you are not in the awareness of what is happening with you, then you won't notice if something you eat is triggering you. You won't notice if something that is being said is triggering you. You have to learn to understand what is happening in your energy body as well. Okay, there's many factors that are going on through the day. And we want to know, are we paying attention? Because when we pay attention, that's when real change can happen in our lives. Okay, good morning. Kelly says, definitely made a difference. Good. Yay, I'm happy to hear this. So, okay, let's go ahead. Let's get seated. If you're not already in a comfortable seat, go ahead and get seated. I prefer not to do gloss lying down. Nobody wants to fall into a sleepitation. And sometimes just the lying down energy takes our mind off focus, right? We want to be direct and focused with our mind because we are setting up and creating our energy matrix for the day. All right, let's get going. Oh, I almost forgot to put on my timer. I want to be on time because with just 15 minutes a day, we can get real high. We can get real high. Take a deep breath. Maybe let it out with a giant sigh. Just get that release. Sound is a release. Sound is healing. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through your mouth like you're blowing out through a straw. Palms are either face up or face down on the tops of the thighs. And we're going to get rooted right in through our sit bones. Maybe give yourself a little wiggle so you definitely notice your sit bones. Bringing your awareness now to your head, to the top of your head. On your next breath, scrunch up your face and then let it go, relaxing the face, relaxing the jaw. Notice the belly gets soft in our relaxation. Now on this next breath, we're going to take in that delicious air. And on the exhalation, we're going to bring it down through our sit bones, imagining that we are seated on top of an anchor. And we're going to ride that anchor down, like we're just sitting on a swing, holding onto our anchor. And we're entering the deep ocean. We can breathe underwater, so it's not a problem for us. Taking in a breath, exhaling, getting lower, feeling the anchor nestle into the sand, feeling yourself connected to all the earth here, heavy. Just allow your feet to move around, feeling into the sand, the wet sludge. Maybe you feel seaweed. Now our gaze comes up, and as we look up, we can see a light shining in columns down through this water. Just allow yourself now to float up towards this light. Maybe you give your feet a little kick. But with each breath, this light just moves over the body. Like you're inside of a prism. Rainbows all around you. Just clearing off drama patterns. Clearing away dense vibration that you might have picked up yesterday. Allowing all thoughts that might come against you to be released out of your energy field right now in this moment. Take a deep breath and allow this rainbow light to move inside of the body. We're going to take that right into the center of our core, right in the solar plexus area, below the breastbone, above the belly button. And from here, on your exhalation, I want you to shine this rainbow light. And yesterday, we were in a pyramid, and the day before we were in a sphere. So I want you to use whichever one of those shapes felt better to you right now. Create your shield. And as you breathe in, exhale that shape outwards. Feeling your light shine. And repeat after me. I am safe. I am loved and cherished. I am wonderful. That feels nice. All right, we are glossed up for the day. That was a GLOS, putting on our gloss. And now we're going to get our gratitude journal out. And we are going to begin with our gratitudes for today. So today we're going to have a focus, and our focus today is going to be on our food. So I want you to think about all the food that you have enjoyed and delighted in over just, let's say, the last week, maybe the last year of your life. I want you to think about and be grateful for and find your pen free flowing for the people that grew the food, packaged the food, brought the food, drove the food, put the food on a shelf. The whole process. You know, I'm so very grateful that I'm not spending hours and hours and hours and hours of every single day farming, right? Sometimes we can get caught up in the change that we want and the things that we don't like, that's where our attention is. So bringing our attention into what is amazing brings more of that, and it lines us up with the ideas that are always available, but God has made it so that when you are on the frequency of that idea, that's when you have it. You can't be in one state of mind where you're in complain mode and hear ideas. They're not on the same frequency. And ideas and inspiration come from outside of ourselves, right? There's things that we can generate with just our brain, but they're usually limited. So, are you grateful for the gadillion seeds that are in a strawberry? There's so much abundance. How many leaves are on a tree? How many lemons? Do you currently enjoy plenty? And I'd love to hear from you in the chat. Tell me, what do you most love and appreciate about the food you get to eat? Every day I try to be grateful for the quality. I try to have some sort of thought on the quality of food, the abundant land. I'm grateful for always new ideas in farming that will regenerate the land and create more um, rich soil that will grow meaningful, real food for us to live and prosper. Okay, Kelly says access. Nice. Access to food. You know, there's people in the world without access to food. And it's not that you have to think about that and feel bad about what you do, because sometimes we grow up in these patterns of religion or patterns of guilt or shame over things. We can be grateful and be empathetic at the same time. And when we're on those frequencies, you can also ask, what is my role? What is my role in this? And that's a question that's really important to ask as you're getting fired up and you feel passionate inside of yourself about injustice or about deprivation and wanting to help in certain areas. Maybe your passion is figuring out how to have more clean water available. It might be a million different things that people get themselves fired up over the course of a day. But the most important thing is when you have this passionate uprising, that you ask yourself, what is my role? Because God will always answer you, always, especially if you are sincere in your heart when you're asking, what is my role? And giving over that toxic emotion where you're able to say also, hey, I am not equipped to deal with how much this is hurting me. So I'm giving it over to you. And I know that not only are you going to soothe me, but you're going to help me to know what my role is in this. Your role might be to heal and let go of some past trauma that you have connected to this. Your role might be to start a foundation, but everybody's role isn't the same. So that's why one person will get excited about one thing and somebody else will get excited about something else. And so I want to just say that this is your mission today is to ask yourself repeatedly, what is my role here? You know? So I love that we all have these different dreams. And maybe you know what yours is, and maybe you don't. Maybe you're in a very comfortable stage of your life and you're not sure that you want to grow or change anything else about you. But I assure you that God is super powerful and always flowing. Life force energy is always flowing, looking and seeking to create a more expanded experience through you. And that's why I do this Pump Up the Magic event. And it's coming up on Sunday, January 26th. So that's only a few days away. And tickets are buy one, get one free. So you can totally do this event with one of your besties or your spouse or, your kid. But this event is more like 16, 17 or older. But we really take time to help you find out what your dream is. Find out what is in there ready to expand through you. So many people have come to this event and been in a blah, funk or felt like just doing the same things. And they have found their spark and they have created and brought in so many amazing things into their life over the years that Billy and I have got to see this stuff come true. You all have magic inside of you. And we want to help you get it out, harness it, and help you understand how to create more of a life that you love, that you feel good in, right? So I would love for you to join us this Sunday. Pump up your magic. There's a link in the post that will take you to where you can get the tickets. And I hope to see you there. I love you. You have an amazing day. And I'll see you right back here again tomorrow at 7:45 for the Get Real High Challenge.